Hi everyone, welcome to Shibli Smiles. Today we're going to be talking about spring fashion and how to get ready for spring. I'm in South Florida, so spring usually comes a little bit sooner than it does for many of you up in the north. In fact, right now there's a storm brewing outside, which is usually an indication that spring is in the air. Here in South Florida, when it is springtime, we usually get a shower almost every day. Usually it's clockwork, and it happens to usually be as soon as I'm coming home from work. So my spring outfit that I've chosen is behind me. I'm going to show it to you a little bit later. I wanted to discuss with you first some products that I've been using for the last month and a half, because when I think spring, summer, I think tan. I think the beach, I think the parks, I think being outside, and I just enjoy being tan. I think that I look better and I feel better with just a healthy glow. But as we know, tanning is not the safest thing to do. Especially without sunscreen or anything like that. So for the last month and a half, I've been trying a product called Jergens Natural Glow, and I wanted to share with you 3 of the products that I have been trying out. The first one is the Jergens Natural Glow 3 days to glow. And on the back here, it'll show you day 1, day 2, and day 3. I'm going to put that a little closer. How fast your skin is supposed to change. So in 3 days, you're supposed to have a natural glow. I can tell you already that it sometimes doesn't even take 3 days. Within the first day of using this, I noticed a tan line where maybe I didn't quite smooth in my skin, and I'm going to include a picture of it in the post below. So if you're really wanting to see something instantly, I suggest the 3-day glow. That's actually my preference. The other one is the Daily Moisturizer, which can be used every day. And on the back here, it'll tell you that this last one is about what it would take for 1 week. That's what your skin would look like in 1 week. That's really nice, like it says, just to have as a daily moisturizer. Sometimes I'll put the 3-day glow in at night, and then I'll put the daily glow on for a day or 3 days maybe, and then do the 3-day glow again. And the last one is the face one. It's, a little bit different because your skin's a little bit different on your face. And for this one, I've picked the medium to tan. I picked the darker facial, because I find that even by putting it on my face, it just, because I wash my face every night and every day, that washing and the makeup and everything, that it just a little bit darker seems to work better for me. I wanted to give you a few tips if you're going to use the product. The first one is I suggest putting the lotion directly in your hand, rubbing your hands together, and then putting your lotion on for a more even spread. You should be very careful around your ankles and your elbows. The other tip I wanted to give was how to get your hands. When you're done using the product, you need to wash your hands so that your palms don't get dark and unnatural looking. And in fact, the first time I used it, I noticed the tips of my fingers were a little dark, so I noticed I need to be more careful washing my hands. So the question is, how do you get the tops of your hands? If you're not getting any lotion on the top of your hand, you're going to have white hands and darker arms. So if either somebody can help you with that, but in my case, usually in the morning, I'm doing this in the morning when my kids are sleeping, my husband is off to work, or it's at nighttime when everybody's sleeping. So what I usually use is a facial wedge. And I will usually just put a little bit on the facial wedge and just rub it on my hands like this, and rub it down your fingers. As long as you're not getting it on your palms, you should be good. So those are my tips for how to use the Jergens Natural Glow. And that's what I'm doing to start out my spring, to get a glowing tan before I can put on that spring outfit back there. Spring, it's just a sundress. It's sleeveless, which most of the time here in Florida, once spring and summer hits, that tends to be all that I wear, is sleeveless and tank tops, flip-flops, and sandals. So thank you for visiting Shibli Smiles today.